This is Goku Sun DBZ, and yes, I know I'm not playing the music today, oh well. But this is comic book pickups, and first I'm going to be showing you technically some stuff I picked up Saturday, rather than today, but the majority is today. First is actually a series of 3 comics. Yes, about the Hobgoblin. And basically, what is going on is it's a what-if story arc. And basically, the Hobgoblin ends up deciding to become a superhero. And also a guest speaker. With like self-help seminars and stuff, which is interesting. So basically it becomes the Marvel version of Joel Osteen. Just saying. I know people are probably thinking it. But it has overall pretty good artwork. And it's interesting, the design of Hobgoblin in this miniseries. Which eventually I will review. And yeah. I'm not going to say really any major spoilers because I don't plan on spoiling anything for anyone until, say, a review. But overall, it looks pretty good for the most part. It's actually an interesting story, I will say, overall. And that's what those look like. Now, the first of today's pickups. First of 2 that I picked up for a friend, which is, of course, Superman Rebirth, issue number 5. Nice cover overall, I will say. And once again, really good art design overall, with the Man of Steel. Does look intriguing, I will say. An overall pretty good cover. Next up is Justice League Rebirth, issue number 3. With also a pretty nice overall cover. I will give it definitely points to DC for really stepping up their artwork. I think they realized they had to step it up given Marvel. And now the first of the ones I picked up for myself. Issue number 3 of Nightwing Rebirth. Sadly, there was no variants this week, sadly. Because I've been liking the variants so far for the Nightwing Rebirth comics. Which has been very interesting, and of course it revolves around the Council, well, a couple of different names for it, but the Council of Owls, or, of course it also goes by other names. And Injustice Gods Among Us, issue number 16, and there we see Cyborg and Batgirl. Ooh, Batman, Flash, Yellow Lantern. One thing I'll say about this series is I love the design of Superman's costume in the Injustice series. I just love with the shoulder thing sticking out with the cape and the overall design of the S. I just love the whole redesign of the costume for the Injustice universe. Next of Marvel pickups this week. Only 2. Kind of a light week for me personally. We see, of course, a certain villain grabbing and trying to choke Spider-Gwen, and that is issue number 10 of Web Warriors. Very bright overall color scheme with the art design. Somebody sort of copying the old style Joker like outfit. Just saying it's similar with the green tie, the purple suit, and everything. But it's pretty detailed for the most part. Next is Star Wars Poe Dameron, issue number 5, which is a nice overall cover. And of course we see a hut, actually a few huts. But overall, it's a little different art style than a lot of the other Star Wars comics that have come out. Such as, of course, The Force Awakens, Darth Vader. Now the last is a special one-off called Spawn Kills Everyone, which is interesting. Actually, there's 3 covers, and sadly, my local comic book guy had to show me all 3 covers, so I ended up picking all 3. This is the first one. This is the second one. And this is the third one. Yeah, look at that. We see a bunch of dead people from Marvel and DC. And there's shots in this at all the universes. But I'm not showing any pictures so you don't see who and all gets killed off. That will be for a special comic book review. So you'll have to check that out to find out what happens. Now last are a couple of actually games. Some stuff actually won off of some bidding wars on eBay. The first is Phantasy Star 4, which is considered to be the greatest of the entire series, and of course the special great JRPG franchise made by Sega. And it is considered to be by most the arch nemesis of Final Fantasy, at least in the 16-bit era. This is basically the Phantasy Star universe, or Phantasy Star, game series. Basically, Phantasy Star 4 is the equivalent to like Final Fantasy 6, aka 3, in the Final Fantasy, to show you how important this game is and how huge it is for the franchise. It is regarded as the greatest of all the games in the series, which is why I was happy that I won the auction battle for this. It's actually in really good mint condition. I'm surprised, given I got it for a good deal. Another, sadly it didn't come with the original cases, but had a bidding war also on these. The PlayStation versions, not necessarily as good as Saturn, but still got a pretty good price overall for it. The first of which is XMen vs. Street Fighter, and the next is Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter. And it was offered as a double pack. That's sweet for any collector of the classic crossovers, because this is the game that started the crossovers. Then this, if it wasn't for these 2 games, there probably wouldn't have been the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 games, or possibly later on, of course, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, or Capcom vs. SNK. So you have to give it to these games. Without them, we may have not had all those other awesome crossovers. And also some pretty cool pickup 2 import Sega Saturn games. The first of which is an import of the classic Darkstalkers, but it's called Vampire Savior. Actually, with the original box, that's the amazing thing. Even includes like the game, and in order to play this, you have to have this special 8 megabyte RAM card in order to play the game. You see, the cartridge would allow you to play overall the equivalent in graphics, made it superior to like the PlayStation 1 version. It made it equal in level to like Neo Geo or the arcade versions, so it made it superior overall power-wise. It boosted it, sort of like the Sega 32X boosted the power of the Sega Genesis cartridges selected games. And the Air one also packed together with the cartridge, which allows you to play the game, is Samurai Showdown 2, which is, you see, other ports of this game were inferior to the Neo Geo version, which was originally done, and of course this was done by SNK, and it came with this. This was able to make it rival the power of the arcade and the Neo Geo version of the game. Without the 4 megabyte RAM card, it would not have been inferior like the PlayStation version. But because of having this, it made it much more powerful and much more impressive overall processing power-wise. And yeah, that's the only way if you want a true loyal arcade-style version. But that's it for comic book pickups this week, as well as a couple of retro game pickups. Anyways, this is Goku-san DBZ. As always, please remember thumbs up this video, like, subscribe. Follow me at twitter.com/GokuSunDBZ, as well as on Google+. And now, of course, I'm on, Tumblr. So remember, same YouTube time, same YouTube channel.